Everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be starting a brand new campaign with the Beastmen, with the new Taurox, the Brass Bull, and the Beastmen rework. So as always, if you enjoy the content, please be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out a ton on the channel. Be sure to check out the rest of the offerings as well. We have dozens and dozens of legendary campaigns, and I'm going to start releasing more and more on a regular basis again here. So be sure to check all that out. If you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind. It's just $3 an episode, 10 episode minimum. And special thanks to Mike for sponsoring this campaign. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here. So I did not watch a ton of content about the Beastmen before this, but I did play this for a couple of hours just to kind of feel out some of the different possibilities. So if you see something that, I could optimize, please let me know in the comments. But I'm going to do the best that I can to walk you through this. So, I believe it looks like they have changed the Brayherd mechanic, so you no longer get extra armies like you would with the greenskins by stacking up this resource bar by winning battles and raiding and all that kind of stuff. The bar is still there, but it just gives you a buff to that army. It no longer gives you an extra army. In exchange for that, whenever you conquer a territory on a limited basis, you can erect like a very small settlement that goes with it that has like an okay garrison called these Herdstones, and you can select a building that will allow you to give a whole bunch of different buffs to your army whenever they fight in that territory and all of the territories surrounding it within like one town. So you basically will put that up in a central location where you can go and raid and pillage and kill all sorts of other things and other properties, and you get some big rewards for that. And then I can show you the rest when we get in there. But basically, they've kind of changed it into kind of a Tomb King sort of faction as well, where you have a cap limit. You can only recruit so many of very elite units in your army, but your army no longer has any upkeep costs. So you just pay the money to build up your buildings on your different herds. So it still works like a horde faction, but you have some minor, basically buff settlements. And it now works under kind of a Tomb King system where you can hire a whole bunch of fodder units, but to get those elite units, you have to have certain buildings and certain technologies that increase your capacity for those buildings. So very similar to like what SFO typically has been running for a long time. The Steel Faith Overhaul mod. Okay, so Taurox affects River of Blood. So in regions, after winning a battle, it stacks up 3 different times and gives you different buffs. He buffs up Minotaurs with weapon strength. And Blood Beast, which I believe that's just like an AoE ability that he has that does extra damage. Dread cost is minus 25% for increasing capacity for Minotaurs. So yeah, you can do that several times. And then Rampage, maintaining momentum from successive victories gives you extra rewards and bonuses. So if you win a whole bunch of battles in a row really quickly, then you get several different bonuses. Okay, but Legendary, very hard, Legendary Chaos Invasion. Let's go ahead and do it. And they do have an alternate win condition now, other than just burn everything. Whenever you get so much of a resource, it fills up a bar at the top of the screen, gives you access to different buffs, different units, and you will eventually have a final battle. So it's like a vortex sort of thing, I believe. I have not fought. There might be these intermediary battles you have to fight. I'm not sure. Kind of like Vortex. But that's even available on Mortal Empires, which is what we have now. Which I wish they'd done that before with more alternate win conditions in Mortal Empires. A lot of the new reworks have been doing that with like the Wood Elves and some other factions. I just think that to conquer the whole map is unrealistic for most people. Like, it's fun to do once or twice, but the campaigns are pretty much decided most of the time by turn 100 or sooner. Once you get access to like 8 different properties in a lot of situations, it's going to be really hard for you to lose. So I like that there are these shorter term goals they give you, and that you can end the game, if you're playing well, you can end the campaign more quickly in that 100 to 150 range, sometimes even sooner. I think that's kind of the sweet spot. So you can still conquer everything if you want, but I think that this just makes it much better to play and much better to view, to have these shorter term like moments of excitement, which is cool. So I think they did a really good job with that, the Wood Elves. Sadie, watch out. My cat's over here creeping. Just get down. Okay, so this just walks you through several of these things. And once again, I don't fully understand all of these things yet, because I did not have access to the before the release of the content. I really just did not watch a lot of it either. I was busy doing other things. But I do want to try to get this content out to you relatively quickly. So, okay. Now, one thing also, so you don't have the Brayherds anymore, which is a pretty substantial nerf, I think. We'll see with the other stuff. But then this was a massive nerf that I noticed. I didn't read the balance patch either, so maybe I should go back and do that. But I did notice, skimming over things, they changed devolved where it no longer does direct damage. It's just a debuff. So that is huge, huge, huge nerf. Like, it's hard to express just how much of a nerf that is to the Beastmen, because they're usually really bad at sieging, because a lot of their units have low hit points, low defense, and they're just predicated on moving quickly and being able to flank and getting big charge bonuses and just kind of running over people with their mobility and the charge bonuses, right? But obviously on a siege, you can't really do that because there are big walls. So how do you handle sieges in that circumstance? And you don't have really good siege equipment. You can get Cygors, but they're tier 5. So usually you just have to like climb the walls, and then just get into hand-to-hand combat, and most other classes have better infantry if you don't have flanks than the Beastmen do. You can knock down the walls, but then you're walking into a bunch of spears that you can't really flank, and that, again, is not really good for Minotaurs to just stay in a sustained fight with spears. So, how do you do it? Well, they had exceptionally powerful AoE magic, right? Because you had access to Devolve, which did an insane amount of damage, and you had access to Flock of Doom. So if you had Devolve and Flock of Doom ticking on targets at the same time, you could just really thin out a lot of that infantry to give you enough space to get into the town and start making some maneuvers. So they low-key had some of the strongest magic in the whole game because they had Devolve and Flock of Doom. But now they don't have Devolve. They still have Flock of Doom. I don't know if that was nerfed. We'll have to see. But basically, that took away their biggest tool for sieging. So they have given them some other tools that I saw with some of these Herdstones you can put up that kind of help you out a little bit, but we'll see. So that's one thing, is kind of an old school Beastman player that I noticed. And you still do have like Vile Tide, Traitor Kin, and stuff like that, but it's just not as strong. Like Devolve was probably the strongest spell in the game, or one of them, because it can't miss, it only hit enemies, and it had a pretty good radius, and it was pretty cheap considering how much damage it did. So anyways, okay, let's go ahead and get into a fight, and then we'll go over some more things. Alright, so we're just gonna... You just want to attack and just kill as many towns as you can early. Which I do really like that style of play. So I might try to replace this guy at some point. I mean, he is free, he's not costing me any money, but he is taking up a recruitment slot. And you do still have the moon. I haven't seen what they've done with the moon bonuses. But we'll go over that in a little bit. I've talked too much. Let's go ahead and get a fight here. I do like how they tell you the auto-resolve outcomes. You don't have to guess. It's just straight up would be a close victory, even though I'd have low casualties. So we're going to fight it anyways. Because I know if we fight this, we're virtually guaranteed to get a decisive victory, which gives you more experience. We might even kill more people, too. The more people you kill, you get extra bonuses. But I don't know if it counts everybody that just dies, because when you kill the settlement, they all die. So I'm not sure how that works. I know with the the Brayherd bar there, you used to get a bigger Brayherd bard on decisive victories. Now we do have one of the new units here too, which is pretty cool. The this dude, who looks like a, I don't even know what, some kind of big ogre thing, but he's pretty good. He does have an AoE that like knocks back all infantry units, so you want to be careful putting him near your units. I don't think he hurts your units, but it knocks them down. So he's kind of good to throw in there by himself if you're not into like spears or halberds, but into swords is pretty good because he has that knockback and he has really high regeneration with 8 points per second. So it's really high. Most regions only 4. But he is designed to be anti-large as well. So he's got 30 bonus versus large. And he's a tier 5 unit, but he's free. So that's a huge, huge buff. to kind of campaign management is the freebie. So they change it around a lot. So we'll see if it's a nerf or a buff. It'll probably end up being a buff. But I think that's something that probably a lot of content creators aren't going to discuss, is the lack of devolve and just how strong that used to be. And they'll probably mention the loss of Bray herds. But the devolve one, I think, is a really, really big hit for sieging in particular. I mean, it was obviously good open field, but you're already pretty good open field, you know what I mean? Okay, so we'll just go ahead and just run down there to start. Let me just... Oh. This guy's not quite as fast. I mean, it seems like he's fast. Maybe he's faster than I think, but... And hopefully, I'm not too terribly rusty here. So sorry if I am a little bit. Like I said, I have not played in a hot minute. So I did do a practice for a little bit, but it should be alright, I hope. Certainly for the early battles. It's my camera control and stuff like that may not be as pristine. It's only single target level 1 too, which is annoying, but... Just get through here, tear up their back line. Okay, he already ran through to the back, so that's good. I don't think that hurt my own units. Not 100%. Let these run them down. I mean, it's not really going to matter that much on the rundown because they're all going to die anyways. Okay, yeah, that's chain break. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and end it because they're all going to die anyways. Close victory? What? How was that even remotely close? Do they actually calculate it based on how much it seems like they have left? Did I need to actually run them all down? Because before you didn't have to run them down on a siege because they just all died. It's going to be pretty annoying if that's how they're calculating it now. I don't think there's any... I mean, they did some damage to these, but... Like, I would have killed, you know, like close to 800, 700 if I ran them all down at the end. I mean, not a massive deal, but not great. We captured some. What does that do? What do you do with captured units? It's replenishment, or you don't have slaves or anything. So, like, getting this rage up, I just don't think matters as much. So you get moderate movement. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put a Herdstone here. I kind of wanted to put it in a capital city the first time I did it, and the guide guy talks to you more the first time you do it on your account, I guess, because he was talking a lot the first time. And you get challenges, so that does give you basically text, but it asks you to do specific things. So win 5 ambush battles, then you could unlock these texts. Win 5 siege battles, perform 2 rituals of ruin, and you get those. And then these are like win a battle with 4 heroes in your army, have 3 characters reach level 15, 5 successful actions with hostile agents. So just the more kind of stuff that you're doing, the bigger bonuses that you get for doing more of that kind of stuff. Okay. And then with him, am I able to build? I guess it would let me build here if I wanted to, so I could get plus 20 dread per turn. It doesn't say how much growth. It looks like it just takes growth to upgrade these. I don't see any growth requirements on these. It's just really expensive. It's like a lot of gold. But you don't have to pay any for your army, so maybe I'll just go with this. I'm going to try just going with this. Because you spend that, so we get those, and then in the town itself, you can build up one of these. Now, if you get to a higher level, and it looks like you can't, like there's no way to grow into this, you just have to have the technology to get a higher spawn. These are the kinds of units it looks like you can recruit. So you get a garrison, but then you can recruit these in these places. So you can get a giant, chaos spawn, feral manticore. And then the Minotaurs are tier 3 here, and Cygor's tier 4. But then these are like 1,000 gold each, and I assume as you go up, you can get maybe multiples of these. But this one, you get extra replenishment in the region, horde capacity +1, and corruptions. That one's pretty terrible compared to the others. This one, in all Bloodground regions, which is the current region, and all surrounding regions, you get vision of everything and extra magic power, which is not that great. Now this is where it gets interesting. You get 1 extra siege item constructed. So I think when you complete a siege item, you get a second one on the house. You could get like 2 siege towers or 2. I don't think you get one for free when you very first siege. That would be nice, but I think it's when you complete one, you get an extra one. Oh, it's just siege towers. You get extra ammo for your units, reload time increase on towers, so they fire slower and they do less damage. So that, I think, is supposed to compensate and give you some extra time on the siege. But the problem, like I said, is not even really the towers. Usually you can get to the walls fairly quickly. It's just that every other factions, a lot of other factions at least, are going to have much stronger, like, just stand and fight for 5 minutes, you know, type of infantry units than the Beastmen are. Beastmen are designed to charge and to be mobile. And then this one gives minus 10% campaign movement range for everybody. All enemies are winded in battle at the start, and there's a small chance there could be a plague that happens to units in an area, which is going to, I think, lower their defenses and all that kind of stuff. Stop them from replenishing, just normal plague stuff. But you can't get it. Beastmen, Warriors of Chaos, or Norskins. Okay. So I think we'll go Winds of Malady. But yeah, you do want to use one of these for sure. And then... Ruination level 1. So I'm not sure how this works. But then you can go into this Rampage panel. So now, I believe once you win more and more fights, then you get different bonuses. So for this one, a Harsh Rampage, you get extra Dread per turn, 15 Winds of Magic, and you get Vile Tide. So presumably just 2 casts of Vile Tide for free. If you get to... Oh. Do I choose one? Maybe I choose one of these, and it lasts for 5 turns once I complete this bar and get 1. Okay. Okay, and then this one, I probably choose one. Okay. Dread plus 100, Dread from battles. You get a Solar Eclipse Moon event. So you get your Moon event on the next turn. Momentum cost to replenish campaign movement Speed reduced by 1. Okay, so once you get so much momentum, I think you can, like, reset your entire movement to run people down again. Raising settlement money, horde construction costs. Okay. That could be kind of good early. We'll think about it. But this one, what do we want? Ward save, 50 dread a turn, so they all get 50 dread. Blood greed. What is that? Extra damage. Leadership. Enemy leadership and melee defense are down. I think I like that one. Okay. I don't know if you have to choose it beforehand. I don't think you do. And then this is campaign movement range until a harsh rampage is completed. Okay. And then we can... What? Oh, okay. It's letting me upgrade those. Okay, so you have no money. You just basically have to win all money from battles and things like that. So you have no income buildings. And then here, I think campaign movement range is massive for him because you can reset your movement and all this other stuff. So we're going to go with that. You can still ambush on attack. And if you're in raiding stance, then you get plus 50% movement range. So you are tired in battle still, but you get plus 3 rage, you get the raiding money, you're not hidden so they know where you are, but you get 50% extra movement speed, so that's pretty good. Okay, and then this guy, I guess, it just devolve. Then we'll try to get maybe Bray Scream, that's pretty cheap. Does like okay damage, I guess. What's the cool, it's 30-second cooldown. It's either Bray Scream or Volatile can hit your own units. Or Trader can, which is really expensive, but doesn't hit your own units, but does damage. It, I don't think is that good. It's okay. All right, and then we can hire units for free since we're here. Oh, we can hire horde units and local units. Wow. Okay, so... And that's pretty good. So you see, it's just like the Tomb Kings, you just get a stock of certain units that are limited. 2 more of those. And maybe just 2 dogs to... Yeah, so we can run them down. So yeah, you can refill pretty quickly, it looks like. We've got the Ogre Mercenary things too. I haven't seen those yet. I think every faction has access to those. So we did... Oh, the Dread stuff. Let's just go ahead and take another turn, then I'll talk about the Dread stuff. Because again, I want to try to get a lot of fights in. I know the first couple of episodes, every time I do a campaign, I try to walk you guys through, you know, my strategy and my thought process and some of the different mechanics. So if you want to play it yourself, then you can. And just so you can kind of understand what's some of my choices and the stakes behind them as I play through. Okay, heads on spikes completed. Wait, what was... Okay. That's a siege. That's kind of a weak siege. It says how much blood ground stuff you get for burning these different things. The devastation earned for raising this settlement. And... So how much devastation do we need to get to here? 50 rampage marks? Devastation earned, huh? Okay, I guess killing these guys is probably the way to go. Greenskins are fairly weak early, and I don't want them to snowball on me. Okay, I wonder, can I just... Okay, it's showing me sort of where I can go there. It's not going to let me jump this wall, is it? Or is it? Okay, I can jump over here. Take out Plane of Spiders if I want to. That has no walls. It's Tomb Kings. This is Blood Ground marked. Alright, let's... I guess we'll try to go for the Tomb Kings here. There's a river, though. Adeath. Korkorond is too difficult early. I kind of just want to keep killing the people I'm already at war with. And it looks like it's not going to let me jump any further. My movement's kind of low. Yeah, it's just literally right there. It's not even letting me... Did it cost me any movement? I thought it was letting me... Oh, right there, yeah. So I could jump, like, right there, but... I think I would not be able to hit it in one turn because there's not a bridge there, and that river is just really obnoxious. Okay. Alright. Okay, so we should be able to knock that out next turn. That's built. Okay, so this devastation here, you can buy extra unit caps. So I could get 2 more Ungor, or these guys for that much, or these for that much, for 150. 250 is here. These for 400 would be good. Damn, Bestigors are so high. Bestigors are a unit that can get in there and stay, you know, in combat for a long time. So are the Chaos Spawns. Surprised they made them so much stronger. You can get the Legendary Lords for this amount, or you can buy a hero for a certain amount. Now, I don't know if this comes with an extra army or not. It might. Upgrades. New Herdstones. I think if you burn everything, you might get your stone back. I'm not sure how you get more stones. But coming in at level 2, which is cool. Level 3, level 4, level 5. So obviously for it to be level 5, I think it has to be a capital. And I don't know what the other possible buildings are. We only saw up to level 3. I assume it's those same buildings. You can just pay to level them up. But I think getting them at level 2 would be nice to have 2 of those, because there's really only 2 that matter, let's be honest, that I've seen so far. And that's not a huge cost. That's only $375. So that might be worth it. This says new armies start off at level 2. This is level 2 with a building, and this is level 2 with 2 buildings, basically. All new armies. But that's like super expensive. This is heroes come in at level 5. Heroes and lords come in at level 5, level 10, and level 15. And this is army capacity plus 1. So that could be pretty good. And you can buy items as well. Now this is actual just gold you can buy items with. Which, some of these are okay, but it's like very, very expensive. Because remember, you have no income. And you have to spend a lot of money on your buildings. So probably getting some of these caps. I don't know. These units really, like, they're okay, but they're not crazy. I feel like this right here could be a big deal. But you can only do one of these things at a time, I think, these Herdstones, or at least early on. Does it say how you get them? Additional shards are attained when reaching certain ruination levels as you progress through the campaign and can never be lost, only reused. Okay. So if they kill your main place, you just get your shard back. Shards are regained after casting a Ritual of Ruin, or if a Herdstone gets destroyed before the ritual is completed. How do I do a Ritual of Ruin? I have to get to Ruination level 3, I guess? Ruination level 2, Ruination level 3? Oh, so to transition to Ruination 2, I need more? I don't know. There's so many, like, different resources going on. Alright, let's go next. Just kill stuff. And you get resources, I think. They're certainly not making it easier for like new players to understand, but as someone who, you know, enjoys a lot of min-max stuff, I think it's pretty cool. Okay. Should be able to burn this at 6. Yes. Okay. Let's do it. Let's try just running everybody down and killing everybody and seeing if we get the decisive this time. We are killing the Lord. I don't know if that's their legendary Lord or not. I doubt it. You do get some bonuses for killing legendary lords, or killing faction leaders. I don't remember what it is, but I think there was one of the technologies. It's like kill 5 faction leaders. You get access to some cool stuff. But it's putting... I like the thing how it puts you on little missions to go get your technologies. I think that's pretty fun. Okay, so I don't have to worry about them killing my town then that I had there because I just get the shard back to create a new Braystone. I could, in theory, maybe just even kill the... Just, like, allow the town to die or something in order to get a shard if I've burned everything and move on to something else, maybe? Public order's not a thing. I mean, I could just abandon the settlement, maybe? I'm not really sure. I know they did add the abandoned settlement, but it just, like, completely nukes your public order if you do that. I think I saw that option with the, Sisters of Alariel. I mean, I guess I'm in no rush. I could just leave these guys out here. I did kind of throw them to the wolves early. So maybe if we just play a little more cautiously, that would be better. Let's put these guys in the same boat here. Big hitting flankers. Just want to use your flyers just to kind of harass their archers if we can. Yo, boys, let's go. Really? Whoa, 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 whoa. Harpy's out of there. Wow, these guys are... Okay, I was about to say they're lasting a lot longer than I thought they would. Jeez, how are these dudes not running yet? Run down with the dogs here. Where are the other dogs? Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's speed it up a little bit here. We gotta make sure we get as many as we can. Okay, that was their legendary lord. Nice. Or their faction leader. That should give us some extra stuff. Okay, well, it gave us decisive that time. And I think we took more casualties that time than we did before. Now, we have more units in our army, so that's a thing too. But maybe we do just have to speed it up and just have some dogs run everyone down at the end. Get that decisive.
You cannot raise another Herdstone until you have performed a Herdstone ritual, my lord. You should first ensure you have caused maximum devastation in the blood grounds to receive the greatest rewards. As your power grows, you will eventually be able to erect multiple Herdstones.
Okay, yeah, so he was telling me all kinds of stuff like that when I was running my initial playthrough of it. Okay, so cannot do a Herdstone. We can burn it and get a lot of bestial rage, get extra money, or we can burn it and get some replenishment. I think the rage, right? Money.
You have exhausted the opportunities for destruction in these blood grounds, my lord. Before you move on to new lands, you should first perform a Herdstone ritual and reap the rewards of your bloodshed.
Form a ritual of ruin at your new Herdstone. Prevent others from colonizing ruins within the surrounding blood grounds, and grant you marks of ruination, which elevates your warhorde status. Alternatively, you may continue devastating the blood grounds as much as possible and perform the ritual later to gain maximum marks of ruination. Okay. So it's for 12. Change this turn is 8. Ruination level is 1. So I would get 12. Okay, what do we want? Ungor stuff. Weapon strength. All armies against Dark Elves in particular. We're going to be fighting a lot of those. Leadership or speed. Probably the weapon strength. That's for everything. That's like Minotaurs, like everything. Lords, everything. That's what it sounds like. So, do that. And then, okay, so... Okay, so we've earned 12. Raising settlements within it. Once devastation reaches 10, the ritual can be performed to convert all devastation into marks of ruination. More devastation leads to more marks of ruination earned, however. Okay, so I would get 12. But I would get to reset my stone, I think. But I need 24 in order to, I believe, get the next step. I need 25 to get the next step. With this, I need... rampage marks are different. That's just Taurox's special thing. So I need to get to 25. So I think we'll chill on that and try to kill some more. Now, how strong are they? Was that their only army, or do they have more? No, that's their only army. Okay. That means we should be able to siege this next turn, I believe. So if we just go ahead and hidden in camp, we get some replenishment. Probably just leadership. Blessed by evil. Most of our money seems to come from burning rather than post-battle loot, although that is really good. I feel like we're going to have a lot of spearmen in the early game, so we probably want these. And this scales pretty well into Bestigor's late game. It's not insane, but it's okay. So most of our army's just going to be fodder, since we're on a cap system. Brace scream, that's wind. What's the range on it? 200 meters, that's pretty far. Minor magic damage. But it only costs 5 upgraded. That's pretty cheap. Trader Kin costs 15. It's not great. I think we'll go with this just because it's cheaper. It does knock units down too, which buys some extra time, and you can aim it. Let's go with that, and then if we're gonna siege, we just need more power, I think. Or do we want more archers to help thin them out a little bit? Their range is so short, isn't it? 115. They can still shoot over walls, I believe. Okay, let's just go with some more of those. And then I think that should be good. Rewards of Dread. How much Dread do we have? 182 Dread. How much... We can't get any more siege units. 20 Dread per turn. We need 5,000 to upgrade this. We're only getting 4 growth? What the... Change per turn 4? I thought this was giving us a hell of a lot. Ward growth plus 3. Bestial rage plus 10. Okay. There is no more growth to, Lord skill, I don't think. You used to be able to get like plus 5 or something, at least. It might have been more than that, which was really strong. But it doesn't cost you growth to get the extra buildings anymore either. The growth is only used to level it up, from what I understand. So, So momentum is down a little bit, but no way. No way. Really? You can't hit that from here? Oh my god, bro. That's actually really bad. It's pretty troll that he can't hit it from there. So if I moved up a little bit more last turn, I probably could have done it. Hidden camp, I think, is attrition proof, right? Raiding is attrition proof. I guess let's just go into raid. That means they're going to get one more turn. Oh, they didn't hire a lord there. Okay. I guess they're hiring somewhere else. Alright. How much growth are we getting now? 8. Okay. So when you're full, you get 8. So that's pretty good. So we should be getting 9 total per turn, right? Yeah. Okay. So you want to keep that full so you have growth. But yeah, sieges are the biggest thing. You want to try to bait people out so you don't have to fight sieges. And we really, really need to get to a shaman with beast magic. I don't want to roll the dice on which kind of shaman I get, and Gorbals are still pretty good. I don't think they're as like absolutely instrumental as they were initially, but they're still pretty good. Like, I feel like they used to give buffs that were bigger than this, but the 15 melee attack is still really good. They used to be like your army just didn't function pretty much if you didn't have a Gorbul. They were just like mega OP, but it looks like they've been nerfed. I can't remember all the buffs they used to give, but it's quite a bit. Slaughter's Call is very good, but I think all of the Beastmen lords have that. At least the legendary lord does. So they're pretty solid. Alright. I think we just gotta have that, at least on our first lord. Okay, they might be coming down here for me. We'll see. Hopefully not. Oh, what is this? Is this the Gorb? Oh, I thought he appeared near me. Okay. Oh. Alright, well. Let's do it. Now, we can tear down the walls. He's not a wall attacker. He's a siege attacker, though. So is he. And so is he. We really, really need that AoE magic, but I think these units are so weak anyways. They don't have any real spears. It's a huge weakness of the greenskins, since they just don't have very good infantry that are anti-large, especially in the early game. Alright, let's do it. So that's why I want to pick on them versus the Dark Elves early, because Dark Elves have excellent spears early on. They have really high melee defense, high armor piercing damage, cheap spears. So, like, their baseline unit are spears. So, that's rough. Tomb Kings, they can have spears or swords. Those are easier to kill. They have really low armor and pretty low defense. They're just kind of like zombies with spears. But Dark Elves are rough. Especially because the AI pretty much has infinite money on Legendary. The Dark Elves are difficult to deal with. Actually, I guess we'll go here. I kind of want to limit the surface area. I guess we'll just wait on these. These are so bad on sieges. Beastmen are just, without that magic especially, are just it's rough out there. Alright, so let's do... now, the AI, you have to be careful because they love to do this little trick where they'll just, like, open the door a little bit and let your unit in, and they close it again. And you're trapped on the inside. Probably won't matter as much for this one. These guys, I guess, will just try to... They do have stealth, I think, right? Hidden. Yeah, so we could just kind of like maybe go for that. Get maybe a decent flank. Oh, is this a new map? I don't remember them having extra doors on the side. I just have never seen this settlement before. But alright. We're gonna take some heavy casualties here for sure. What does this crap even do? I guess I could do the Brace Scream. That doesn't work on sieges, which is actually pretty bad. It's melee attack and speed. This is so horrible. Yeah, we're gonna lose most of our archers here, probably. How strong are these again? These harpies? I think they're pretty weak, right? Decent melee defense. They have like no armor though, but okay, nice. Well, they took that down pretty quickly. Bros, let's go. Oh, that was a nice fat hitbox too. Oh, it bounced off. That sucks, but oh, they're like firing on the dogs over here. I'm trying to position to where these things will stop firing on me. Or I'll be taking less hits from them. Okay, so not insane damage, but also not terrible. What am I getting busted? Oh, they're just like focus firing the crap out of my shaman. Alright. I don't think I can get those harpies back, so it'd be nice not to lose them. Send in the dogs. See if we can make sure we get a good victory here. It'd be cool if they added something that you had to physically kill in the middle. I guess just like taking the flag is enough of a thing. Try to take the middle of the town. I know some people complain about the sieges in this game. They're like, oh, the sieges suck. It's like, I don't know. I mean, it could be done better for sure. Looks like they are trying to do better in Warhammer 3, but I don't mind it like that much. Bros, let's go. What are we doing? Oh, come on, please kill some before they get out. I think we probably will. thought that was the edge of the map was right there. Alright. It's fine. We get all these. I think we got pretty much everything. These guys are pretty much cleaned up. Let's get every little drop we can. It's probably still going to be close victory, but that's kind of spooky. They started focusing my Brayherd dude. He only has 15 armor, so it's kind of iffy. That's probably going to be it for this episode. We'll see how this battle goes, because I do want to try to keep these under an hour if I can. 45 minutes to an hour I think is a good time. I think anything over an hour sometimes scares people. Wow, we got decisive. So I think it does matter how many people you literally kill on the battlefield for your victory type. Even on a siege, even where everyone gets deleted. Because it looks like it checks it before everyone else dies. So you gotta highly incentivizes you, if you want those decisive victories, to go run everyone down. So that adds a lot of extra value to the dogs, at least having one dog so you can run people down. Harpies are pretty good at it, but I think dogs with most factions are just the kings of running down light infantry that's fleeing. So they're just very fast. They usually have really good vigor because they're very lightweight. They don't get tired easily, and often they have pretty high melee attack. It's just they have usually very low armor and no melee defense. Not like literally zero, but very low melee defense, very low armor. So yeah, make sure you're packing some dogs or lightweight cav or something to run people down. Make sure you get those decisives. It does affect how much experience you get here. I know like 100% it does that, but with a lot of factions, getting decisive influences other mechanics too. So we could get more rage. I think this is just the money alone. You do get replenishment with this, but raise and advance. It says they both allow small amount, moderate amount of additional movement speed. Okay, so you get more movement speed with this one. I just want the money though. Ooh, that's actually quite good. Who's getting that Dawnstone? Definitely him. Okay, but that's going to be it for this episode. Like I said, I do want to keep it under an hour. So that gave us 18 now on this. Is this... Yeah, so these are both Brayherds as well. Oh, this did give them a disease down here. Plague of the Crow. Attrition plus 50 corruption in the area. Okay. So this has plague, but it doesn't affect my units. So anyone that comes onto this property is at risk of getting plagued. So I think we just come up and go for these. We could go down and go for the Tomb Kings, but seems kind of rough. I mean, they're pretty much out of units, so I think we just run for it. Oh. Okay, well, I guess let's go for hidden in camp then. Okay, oh shit, well we went over an hour. Anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. We'll just keep rampaging next episode, so stay tuned for more. Hope you enjoy it. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you have to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind. I can tell you kind of what the queue looks like and when I might be able to get to it. And special thanks again to Mike for sponsoring this. Be sure to check out the rest of the campaigns on the channel, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.